good good pitcher there. Played ball with his dad growing up, TJ. So Boston, he's a good one. Fairview had a few years ago in the county tournament. Fairview went up against a Freeman kid. I think it was the oldest one, and boy, he just pitched a gem. And Fairview couldn't get any bats going. So here it is, another Freeman showing out in the county tournament. Oh! A little error there by the Warriors, but it's off early. They can overcome that one. But Good Hope striking first. So during the in between games, I got to talk to some folks and talk to one of the umpires, and they are out of the Decatur Association. So shout out to them and thank them for covering this Cullman County baseball tournament.
The game without them. Even count there at 2-2. You can see that at the bottom of your screen. It also tell you the innings. But we kind of say it anyway, so that kind of keeps us in the game too.
Well, somebody might be going to fix a popcorn or get them a cold drink and might lose track on where count is. So we got them covered if they just listen to
That's
the volume.
right. Carter Naramore going to foul that one back. Raiders still with a runner on second. Catcher making a great play there behind the plate.
Great play. He misses that to runner standing on third. So great play by him.
I believe that's number 10, Charlie Ashley. Get a base on balls here early on. First walk surrendered of the game. Going to bring up number 5 for Good Hope, Caden Drake, who will also be the pitcher today. Runners first, second.
Lay down the bunt. Misplayed by the pitcher. So here Good Hope is. Bases
loaded. Going to bring up, I believe, Nash Landon. Shortstop for Good Hope.
Pop-up
fly. Pop-up fly rule's going to get him on that one.
So 2 outs here. West Point can get out of this jam with just giving up 1 run. We'll call that a victory.
That's a big inning for them if they can get out of this. Not only surrendering 1. You're right, Shane. Be huge.
So I'm sure he's right now. I talked to him earlier. He's at the Cullman County Archery Tournament, which is going on at the luxurious Fairview High School out there in God's country. Mr. Kerry Neighbors, good old school board representative, talked to him earlier and was talking about gyms and improvements and everything. We got some improvements going on at Fairviews, and they're doing some improvements there at Good Hope. But I know he's probably got his phone up watching this, being a big Raiders fan he is. So shout out to Mr. Kerry Neighbors, who's he's a lot smaller than the Kerry Neighbors that I knew from here a while back. So he's looking slim and trim. Good looking feller now.
Well, good for him. Good for him. Keep it up, Kerry.
Yep. Every meeting we come to, I'm like, my goodness, you just dwindling away, sir. So, but he made some lifestyle changes. I'm proud for him. He was here earlier and seen his youngest son running around. It's Trip. That's Trip's me out. Me and him both being in our 40s and having young children. So keeps us young, I hope. But good job there by the Warriors getting out of that jam. Bases loaded with one out, and they're able to turn it in. And they just give up one run. That's big. Our last game, we didn't have bases loaded the entire game, I don't believe.
I don't believe. We have some second, third, first, and seventh. Never bases loaded, no. So that's going to should bring up for the Warriors, their pitcher, Boston Freeman.
So what you got to love about high school ball, your pitcher's also your leadoff hitter. You ain't going to see that in college.
You're not going to see that around and about very often, that's for sure.
I don't know how it's coming across on folks' TVs, but my goodness, these cameras are clear as a bell right here. Great camera angles by our camera crew, so thank them for getting up a Saturday to help promote these young men in the Cullman County Baseball Tournament here. Yeah, the sun shifted on us. Our table's starting to get
starting to get a little in the sunshine, which I'm not arguing about that.
Nope, not at all. Long as I can see the monitor right here, everything else will be great. Need a little sunshine in our lives. Good throwdown. I know it's just a warm up, but that was a perfect throwdown there from the catcher.
Well, West Point with their first at-bat today. Raiders taking advantage of getting an early run across in that top of that first, leaving 3 runners stranded.
Austin Freeman up to bat. He bats from the good side of the plate, left side, just like his old man. Lefty as myself, so always like the little advantage that you had there.
One and one. Pitching for Good Hope today, Caden Drake.
It's always interesting here, the pitching game that you got to play. You know, do you put your best pitcher out first? Because if you don't win, you don't go to the next game. Or do you pitch your best one, kind of hold them back for the second game? It's always that nice little which way you want to go.
Yes, that chess game you got to play and hoping that you guess it right. And because you are right, you know, loser goes home. And Winner advances. Put that on top.
So there's Mr. Boston Freeman drawing a leadoff walk. We'll chalk that up on him being left-handed. Kind of throws that in there. But ball 4 in the dirt, and Boston standing on first. No outs for the Warriors.
Should bring up Titan Thornton, number 34 for the Warriors.
And there's Boston going off to second. He's safe there. So Warriors got a man on second, no outs, and I love it. I'm guilty of it myself, but people my age, we would have more of the common names, the John, the Shane, and I love these. That's how you identify somebody. So a name like Boston or Titan, that's a real tough name right there. So I love the individuality that parents coming up with and names and everything. But I'm sure it's rough on the teacher's first day of school, and they see some names that they can't pronounce or pronounce it incorrectly and have to be corrected. But I love the creativity folks is getting with that individuality with the names. Something that's unique to them.
Pretty good first name for a ball player too.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a name like Boston Freeman. Got the Boston Red Sox. That's a neat name. Titan Thornton. That's just a manly name right there.
Coming in, gonna call second base off, which was a good call off right there. Good communication right there. So,
how do I talk? Runner stays at second.
That'd be the first out of this inning. Base hit right here could very well tie the ball game.
Good play there by the catcher. Good block.
Yeah, I believe catcher today's Brady Stripling. Keeping the ball in front, keeping that runner from advancing to third. Charlie Ashley up for the Warriors here. He has 2 balls, no strikes against him. That one inside. Going to bring the count 3-0. Being in that third spot, I don't know if they'll say pick it, and if it's there, take it, and or if sit on it and see what we get.
So 4 straight balls. Puts it on first.
Going to bring up Jay Lamar.
So middle lineup there, batter 4th in there. You always think that's some of your more power hitters, ones that are liable to hit it deep and cross over that fence out there.
Checking the runner back to second. Caden Drake. Little spin move. Coach Bryson's going to talk to the referee or the official out in the field there between second and third. Know if he has a question about the move on the mound or. But the whole umpire crew is going to come in and take a powwow.
I believe that was the way he his turn, just trying to follow coach's movements, his hand gestures over there. I think that had to deal with his turn, when the pitcher come off the mound. Pause in action there, but let's see. So we got the county baseball tournament this week. We're finishing up today here in just a few hours. Got spring break, and then the week after that we have the girls softball tournament going on at
Tuesday.
The legendary Vinemont complex there. Beautiful facility that they have there.
Get the force out at second.
Good play, little bobble. Good recovery there to secure the out there at second. Good play by
I'm
short.
I'm gonna give a plug to one of your folks, one of our board members that also does Park and Rec there, Mike Graves. Man, they're such great hosts.
They are.
And Mike and them go above and beyond to make that a great event. It's a great facility to play in and allows us to be very efficient and I use the word, what do you call it, expedite things as well. And, man, they just do a phenomenal job. So a shout-out to him and his crew there at town of South Vinemont for, number one, allowing us to use that facility, and number two, for all that they do to make it possible that week.
Oh, yeah. And as a fan, they got a really good concession stand, too. so shout-out to them folks. But it's great to be able to get the girls, the middle school and high school tournament all, knocked out right there. Maybe the weather will cooperate. And then get ready for the big ones. You do the county tournament, and then turn right around, and next thing you know, it's area.
We just try to emulate that just a little bit. We may not be total alignment with tournaments at the area and state level, but it's close, and it just helps get them ready.
Yep. There's a deep ball to right.
Yep,
good catch.
Let them get out of the inning there.
Good job by the Raiders. West Point made some noise. But Good Hope was able to keep them at bay, so no runs there for the Warriors in the bottom of the first.
Cade Welber making great contact there, just not able to get it down enough to get in the gap. That wind holding up every fly ball, I imagine, just a tad bit as it continues to stir a little bit coming in from center field.
Welber, and that's a name that's synonymous with Good Hope, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to a commercial break right here, so we'll be back in just a minute.
Hi, this is Stephen McRae with First National Bank. First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt, and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interests and loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They are friends and neighbors. Together, we're making communities great.
Number 13 there for Good Hope, Caden Collins. He's DHing today. Going to put one down, but it's going to roll foul down that third baseline. So they're going to summon him back to the plate to continue with his at-bat. 2-1 to count. Raiders with an early lead right here, 1-0.
Oh, a little bit of off speed right there. Got him swinging.
Gonna bring up number 3, Kane Anderson. Number 9 hitter here. He's wishing he had that one back.
Yep.
By his reaction at the plate. A little low, but tempting.
Just like that, Mr. Freeman's ahead in the count.
Yeah, 0-2.
There's a hit deep left.
Over in foul territory. Good
Look at
hustle
that.
there.
That was Lamar, wasn't it?
Yes, Jay Lamar
Yep, he
chasing that one down.
covered some ground right there to make the out.
You know, so far, I know we're just in the bottom of the, top of the second, but this one's taking on a little bit of the vibe of the first one.
Yeah. Yep. Getting in some situations. No runs across the plate. Bats are making contact with the ball. But the pitchers are doing their part and keeping them at bay, working out of jams. It's a good base hit up the middle.
Number 16 for the Raiders. Leadoff batter, Parker Johnson. Going to show bunt there. Mason Drake pulls back.
Probably safe with that pitch right there instead of trying to foul it up. And next thing you know, you've got it out. Just be safe and pull it back and come back for the next one.
1-1 going to be the count. Runners off.
Oh.
He's going to go to third over a throw that got away. They're going to call him safe.
A little bit hesitant there on the runner, making a decision to go from second or third, but he was able to slide in there underneath the tag. So Good Hope's got a runner on third.
Runner on third, 2 outs.
So deep foul ball going to left field there. Lamar, he can cover some ground out there.
Yes, he can. Mason Drake summoned back to the plate. Going to continue his at-bat. Warriors needing an out to get out of this inning without surrendering a run. Full count.
Did he go? Saying he went.
Saying he went.
So good job by West Point there, working out of a jam again.
Yeah, that'd be Boston Freeman's second strikeout of the game. All right, we're going to go to commercials, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, you can expect to be treated like family, whether purchasing a new or used car, having yours serviced, or getting damage repaired at the Collision Center. Our excellent parts department quickly supplies parts and accessories for service and repairs and to customers over the counter. Make the switch to Mitch. Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
Our students are learning big American lessons. You can start with your God-given talents, and through practice, hard work, and sacrifice, you have the ability to become champions. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. May God bless all of our students representing our high schools during this season, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message. Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
I think we have Cooper Howard. I can't really tell on that
eight,
number.
I believe.
Number 8. Yep, that'll be him. He is up to bat. Know Cooper's family, good folks. Going to have a E5 there, I believe, but I think they'll take that, get a runner on base. Kind of have to shake that one off, kind of regroup. We'll see if Coach Bryson continues to be aggressive on the base paths. Hunter Graves up.
If you recognize that last name, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that would be Mr. Mike Graves' grandson.
That would be correct. Good eye there. Batter ahead here, 2-0.
I'll throw down the first.
Checking that runner. Way ahead in the count, 3-0. See if he'll be taken here or. Pitcher delivers a strike.
Swing and a miss, full
Yeah,
count.
Boston has, Caton has battled back. Got a full count here. Runner's going to be going on this pitch. Now they're going to check him up.
Good Hope's done a little homework and realized that West Point is an aggressive base running team, which has served them well for the season. There he goes. Ball 4.
Ball 4. Good at bat by Hunter Graves. Very patient at bat. Runners now for the Warriors on first and second. No outs.
West Point's got a little something brewing here. See if they try a little small ball and see if they can advance them 2 runners.
They show it.
Looks like got hit by a pitch.
So that's going to load the bases there.
Bases loaded, no outs. West Point's got something brewing here.
Bring up number 9 hitter for West Point, Skylar Eccles. Carter McAfee's the one that was hit by the pitch last at bat. Loading up the bases.
Pitch a little low for ball 1. Bases loaded here, no outs. Look for the batter to be a little aggressive. See if he can't get one driving a couple runs.
Heading the count 2-0.
That's even better. You just get a little more aggressive with the 2-0 count. Three-0.
3-0. I'm sure he's sitting on a red light right here probably.
Ball 4. That walks in a run.
Going to tie us up at 1 each. Bases still loaded, folks, and no outs here. Base hit potentially scores 2. Coach Holder's going to walk out to the mound and they're going to meet for a moment. Good timeout here.
Yeah, really good timeout. Call the guys in, reset. I see if they can't get a double play here. Next thing you know, you got 2 outs. And see if they can get one more. Next thing you know, they've got out of a bases loaded jam.
Yeah, infield needs to play tight here.
Yep, keep it in front of them. See if they can't get that. Looks like you'll have Boston top of the lineup. Have Boston Freeman up to bat. Left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. Really unique. So as you can tell, Good Hope has brought in their infielders. They are in the edge of the grass right there, trying to keep everything in front of them.
Yeah, I figured they would tighten it up on infield, hoping to get the throw at home and maybe home to first.
Yep, home to first, home third, something. There's Boston driving one deep. That ought to sacrifice a run in at home.
He's going to tag. Run will score.
Well, we are tied up 1-1. West Point's got runners on first and third, 1 out.
More than likely going to send this number 9. Skylar Eccles probably going to send him to second, if not early, somewhere in this series of pitching. See if Good Hope fakes a throw down to second, try to lure guy from third into a possible run down or easy tag out. We'll see. Ball's low and in the dirt. Catcher keeps it in right there around him, but allows the runner to go down to second.
Good job there by the catcher. Good old pitchers.
Yes,
He's been missing a few of them. A few of them slow. It's a game of inches, baseball is. So needs to come up just a little bit with them pitches.
Yeah,
See?
Brady Stripling doing a great job keeping the ball right there at the plate, not giving up another run.
There's a deep ball to left field. Looks like we'll have another sacrifice. West Point brings in another one.
So West Point will take their first lead of the game here. 2 outs, runner on second. I believe this is Charlie Ashley, up to bat. Got our first balk of the tournament there. Going to advance the runner to third.
We'll chalk that one up to West Point's coach. He caught that earlier in the game and brought it to the umpire's attentions, and it paid off.
5-3 to get out of the inning there.
So good job by West Point. Good job by Good Hope. That could have been you got bases loaded, no outs. That could have resulted in a lot more than just a few 3 runs. So good job there by both teams working the count to advantage. And here we are. We've already got more runs in the as many runs, in the second inning as the winning team did in our first game.
Yeah, so that's pretty sharp on your part to remember that. I didn't even realize that, but you're right.
Yeah, first game was a 3-2 walk-off. So the winner of this will play Fairview right after. So well, here we are in the second inning, and West Point's already got 3 runs. All right, it looks like Ty's giving us the hand signal. We're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Smith Chevrolet, you can expect to be treated like family, whether purchasing a new or used car, having yours serviced, or getting damage repaired at the Collision Center. Our excellent parts department quickly supplies parts and accessories for service and repairs, and to customers over the counter. Make the switch to Mitch. Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
All right, back on the air here. Sorry about that. Commercial. Got to pay a few bills. Run a little long. Already 1 out here for the Vinemont. That was our first game. Good Hope. 1 out here.
Yeah, we got Carter Nairmore, I believe, up at the plate.
Lisa, you got big plans? None, me neither.
Making good contact. Both teams on the ball. Just happens to be folks in the vicinity.
That was a good swing with a purpose there by Nairmore.
Yeah, 1-2 count. I believe it brushed him. So hit by a pitch here. Going to give Raiders a runner on first. Bring up Caden Drake. He had a base hit last at bat. And that base hit, basically, I if I remember correctly, it was a bunt that just kind of found the gap.
Good memory.
Going to foul one off. 1-1. Wind now blowing out toward left field fence. Down third baseline.
So is this the third tournament that we've county baseball tournament we've televised? I was thinking, and the weather on the first two, if memory serves me correct, was not ideal on either one. So
no, the weather was not, and that kind of got us on the softball as well. Plus, Ty being out of town hurt a little bit. You know, he's kind of a one-man. What do you call it? I mean, he's got his crew, but
right.
It's got to operate with Ty at the hub. So.
Right. So
I think you're right. It's the third, and hopefully weather will cooperate with us where we can get our softball tournament on air too.
Yeah, for you folks that are watching on TV, and as clear and as bright as it is coming through your TV, it is that clear and bright as a day here at the field. So very thankful for. Thank you, Jesus, for this wonderful weather.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than what it was earlier in the week. I was talking to some parents earlier, and it's playing with the wind chill factor in the 20s earlier this week. So dedicated parents there to be out in the cold supporting your sons and daughters in weather like that.
I've got two away here. And I'm not the official bookkeeper, but I gave a fielder's choice on that last as they got the force out at second. We got Nash landing up. Nash playing shortstop for the Raiders.
Another foul ball.
Stirring up a little dust.
Think you got him? Oh. Must have missed we got a bad angle. We're staring through a chain link fence gate. So.
Yeah, you and I both thought he might have got that front
Yep.
arm, but he got him on the leg, but I think he missed that front arm.
Gotcha.
Runners now on first and second. Going to bring up Micah Rickle. Ball's going to get passed. Runner's going to advance.
Oh, looks like batter's trying to say that it may have grazed him a little bit. Umpires saying otherwise.
So they're going to tell him to come on back.
Good try, good effort, but come on back. We'll finish the bat. Foul ball coming into the West Point dugout area there.
One and two on the batter, two outs. trying to work and get out of this inning without giving up any runs. Raiders runners on second and third.
Good hit.
Base hit, going to score 2.
Got the runner out, trying to stretch a single into a double. But damage is done, though.
Going to tie it up 3-all.
And now officially we do have more runs than we had in our first
do.
game.
Yes, we do.
So,
total of 6, total of 5.
Good.
That means 1, right?
That's it, according to my Cullman County math. That was just a good hit, good effort by the second baseman, but sometimes that ball's just a little bit past your reach. So it's a great hit. Good base running by the Raiders.
So we're back where we were, all knotted up. You know, there'd be a lot of baseball and softball played this upcoming week. A lot down on the beach, you know, and I know the Raiders group has rounded up and headed that way, and I think they're going to play at Sims Park tonight, and I happen to know where that is because my in-laws lived not very far from that years ago.
Okay.
And they're in a tournament down that way, and I imagine we have several others, so we wish every one of them that's playing in a tournament either down that way or anywhere, you know, the best during this upcoming week. And for those that think they need to take a week and get a little rest, you know, we hope they are successful at that too, getting a little rest and unwind a little bit, getting ready for the second part of the season after spring break.
Yep, because once you come back from spring break, it's full go, especially for softball, because you got the county tournament, the area tournament, and boom, here you are. So I know Fairview, I looked their schedule ahead. They got several games playing next week. Not 100% sure where we're headed on that one. I think our girls softball team at Fairview's got a tournament this coming weekend. They're going to play a few games to trying to get ready for the county tournament starting Monday. So I know it's always a big deal. A lot of teams travel. Some go to the beach. Some go up to Tennessee. Some stay local. Man,
Yeah.
it'd be tough sitting there having a whole week off. Next thing
It's tough. You know, it's almost become not opportune to do it unless you've played a ton of games and you know you're kind of reaching your max. But I forget the number of total tournaments that you get. It's in the rule book for them. But you know, it's pretty generous from a softball standpoint on
Right.
tournaments, I believe, which don't really count against. Well, it doesn't count against your regular season stuff. But coaches, they got to be aware of that, you know, and baseball especially, not so much with tournament, but with you play dates and stuff.
And you always got something you got to battle in baseball. You don't have to battle in softball. It's pitching.
Pitching is the biggest thing, yes, sir.
I always look at some of them tournaments. You know, if you got your area coming up or whatever, it might be a good time to get maybe your number 3, number 4 pitcher, get them a few more innings in, see if you can get them a little more confidence or just some innings under their belt, because most likely they're young man on your roster, so get them a little bit more experience and see if you can't squeeze out a few runs, get a little confidence, and build momentum.
All right, Cade Welburn up to bat for the Warriors. One out here in the bottom of the third.
Good swing.
Good base hit right there by Cade. Going to give Warriors a base runner this inning.
Don't matter what group it is, whether it's T-ball all the way professional, that hit right there is a base hit all day long.
All day long, yes, sir.
There's another good base hit by the Warriors.
That ball was hit hard. Good effort by third baseman. Just try to get a glove on it, but it was just hit way too hard. So the Warriors now, that's the number 8, Cooper Howard. Getting some metal on the ball right there and sending the screecher right down in between third and short, advancing the runner. So Warriors back in business, runners at first and second. Fouled off. So Hunter Graves should be up to bat. Last time he base on balls, I believe. He's going to check, swing it. Brady Stripling keeping the ball in front.
Good job keeping that swing in check. Good job by the catcher.
One and two the count on Hunter.
A little delayed on that one, umpire. Finally
Going to call it a K right there. Like you said, a little delayed in delivering that call. Carter McAfee, 8-hitter. He's hit by a pitch last time at bat. One of those early runs that come across for the Warriors. Two, one. Got the bat on the ball here. A little slow roller to the shortstop. Going to be a 6-3 right there to get out of the inning.
good play there. Good play. So here we are going into the fourth inning. It looks like we're going to go to another commercial, Ty's saying. So we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hi, this is Stephen McRae with First National Bank. First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt, and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They are friends and neighbors. Together, we're making communities great.
Four gives us that countdown. You got 10 seconds. You got 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's on top of it.
Got a deep driven ball here. Right center. Right fielder's going to call the center fielder off of it. But 13 getting the bat on the ball right there. 1 out here. Top of the 4th. Ball away, down and away right there. Pretty good pitch placement, though. You got him, pitching pretty tight, and then you give him one down and away, hoping get that swing.
Good discipline there by the batter because he wanted that one.
Going to work ahead in the count, 2-1.
A little delay on that one, but ended up calling it a strike. So here we are at 2-2. Swing and a miss.
Got a K there. That will be, if I've got this correctly, that's Boston Freeman's second strikeout of the game.
Oh,
just couldn't quite make the throw in time.
Got to give it to number 16 right there for Good Hope. He put it in high gear and was rolling down that first baseline.
That's Parker Johnson.
A hard ball hit the second base and you still beat it out. That's the way to be moving.
If his daddy's listening, I'm going to say this. He's a lot faster than his daddy. His daddy's pretty fast. He's pretty quick. Good quarterback for us, good baseball player. Going to bring up Mason Drake for the Raiders. Raiders in business here with 2 outs. Runner on first. And I was just fixing to say he's a threat to take second. Deep fly ball to center field.
Casually, center fielder just kind of casually throws a glove up there and catches it like he's done that before.
And just like that, we're in the bottom of the 4th.
Pretty quick inning there.
I think we got coming up, if I got this down right, folks, we should have Skylar Eccles for the Warriors coming up. He walked last time at bat, but he should be leading off this inning right here.
A little bit of gust of wind right there.
Yeah, there it comes again.
It's changed direction.
It's gone from blowing out across third base fence line. Now it's blowing directly at us over here on first base fence line. Oh, good catch. That may be catch of the day right there. That's folder galore, baseball folder right there. I'm going to need that here in just a little while, but good catch there, Mr. Rusk. Showing some hands ability.
Every once in a while it'll come back to me. Drops in there for a base hit. Good play by the right fielder.
Yes, it was, and making a contested throw with it. Runner just happened to get down there and beat that throw out.
Yeah, you to cover that much ground, pick it up, sling it to first accurately, and still almost getting out. That's good play. Good play by there.
Should bring the pitcher up here. Boston Freeman, last time up, he had a sac fly.
Situation right here with a left-handed batter. West Point would love to get that runner on second to eliminate that double play opportunity.
Raiders working to keep Skyler close to the bag on first. 2-2 to count.
Good job by the pitcher there. Started out behind 2 balls and followed right back up with 2 strikes. So here we are even.
Full. Runner on first should be going. Batter going to protect that plate.
Another walk by Mr. Freeman. That would be his second walk of the game there, AJ?
Yes, sir. Second walk of the game.
Left-handed, they'll draw a walk.
I bet if we did a statistical analysis based on what we've seen today, and if the majority of those walks probably would be to our lefties. A little powwow. Raiders going to have a pitching change. Number 25.
I was talking to Ty earlier, and he said we'd have to up the budget, but I would love to see a dugout cam and a coach's microphone. I mean, let's get it. We might have to have a little bit of delay if we had a coach's microphone on, but let's step it up. Let's get just like the Braves here. See if we can see if we can get Miss Berryman to on board with us and see if she can pull some strings. There's got to be some grant money out there for that.
All right, so this is going to be number 25, Colby Kilpatrick. I tell you what we got to get there, Shane, is we got to get a drone. So a tethered drone so we can do our track and we can do
oh yeah.
You know, if we ever had an emergency, we can get that as an eye in the sky and we control egress and ingress and right. All of that and to go with this unit here and you know, heck, about 10,000 we can get a state of the art.
What a bargain. Matter of fact, let's get 2.
No. But there's a lot that can be done with that. I know a lot of folks think, it's just a toy, but it would be an effective tool, and you know we can use it for a lot of things, even simple things like when you want to do your senior picture on a football field, instead of hiring somebody to come in and do it, we do it. So it would have a multifaceted use.
Yeah, and everybody sees the mobile trailer and the van and everything and thinks it's just for athletic events and extracurriculars, and I hope that's all we ever have to use it for.
Me and you both. But
I hope that's all we ever have to use it for, but it is actually set up, and they have done a great job on that. Our tech crew has of setting up. If something, heaven forbid, if something ever did happen, we had to get to a school, it's also doubles as a mobile command center.
Absolutely.
But I'm hoping until this thing wears out and the tires fall off of it, all we ever do is extracurricular activities.
Amen to that.
Over here chit-chatting, we got another meeting.
Called the second balk of the game here. So runners will advance to second. Well, we'll have bases loaded. And no outs. We've seen this scenario one time before, early off in the game, and that's where West Point was able to put some runs up on the board. We'll see if Good Hope can work out of this situation.
It's a dangerous situation right here for the Raiders. Being middle of the game, bases loaded, no outs.
And Charlie Ashley is up. He ground out to third base last at bat. Had a 5-3 on him.
Infielders are in for Good Hope, trying to keep everything in front of them. A little bit of open area between the infielders and the outfielders there, so just that little drop-in base hit right there, bring in a couple runs.
Going to foul one off back into the softball area. Looks like the young crew, the kids that are out there pitching and throwing a softball, going to help us out with that one. Three and one to count.
Little hit ball pitch.
Yeah, HBP right there. Gonna walk in a run. Allow the Warriors to retake the lead at 4-3. I see the wind has got Mr. Brown to put his sweat attire back on there.
Yeah, it has. I've seen him after the first game and asked him about that. He said it was warm and then that wind keeps blowing.
All right, Kobe Kilpatrick getting ahead in the count here early on. Trying to work himself out of a jam here.
Good hit up the middle.
That was Jay Lamar delivering a hit, singling in a run, getting him an RBI today. Base is still loaded for the Warriors.
Still no outs.
Deep fly ball, should be able to tag up.
That's a well hit ball. If that wind was not blowing right back at him, that one might have had a chance.
Yeah, it's a sack fly for Cade Welburn as he gets him an RBI. Well, I see the kids have found the dirt piles back near the edge of the woods.
Yeah, there's dirt piles over there, and there's also a trail that they can walk up over there on the other side of the press box. I don't know what it is about kids and rock piles, dirt piles. Hey, they'll find them, and
It's like a magnet.
it is. Speaking of that, I've driven into the world of T-ball, coaching T-ball. Trent Hardman's the head coach. I'm just a cat herder, I guess. Talking about innocence, that T-ball, that is baseball. That is innocence right there. It is so much fun watching them kids grow, and when it clicks for them, or where stopping the ball, throwing the ball, it's a lot of fun. And each one of these men out here, that's where it started at. Started out there hitting it off the tee, and look at them, here they are.
Yep, playing for the school, and I got a first out of the inning right there.
I know several schools do it, and it's great. They'll have a youth night and allow the young kids to come to watch them. And hey, that's whether these guys out here realize it or not, they're role models to them young.
They absolutely are. Those kids can pick them out.
Yeah.
And know about them. And then, they'll intermingle a little bit before the game and after the game if they hang around. And just real neat that they do that.
Oh, it's phenomenal. A lot of schools around here do that, and that don't happen everywhere. We was talking earlier, in Cullman County, it's a family atmosphere. Always has been, and hopefully always will be. And that's one of the good things. There's some stuff we do wrong, stuff we can improve on, but the atmosphere that we create, we got that right.
Yeah. And the stuff we do wrong, we normally trying to do with good intentions.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just kind of trip up maybe a little bit.
Hey, or you have a good plan and it just don't work out.
That's
it
right.
Happens. You
That's
just
right.
punt and go back.
So 2 outs.
Nice gust of wind right there.
Yes, sir.
Blowing some dirt there in the infield. Got her 10 over here. It's a good thing we got weights on it. It's
it would have been back behind the softball field, I do believe.
Good play by the second baseman. Good throw.
So a little 4-3 right there.
So here we are. Another 3 runs by the Warriors. Looks like Ty's giving us the hand signal. We go to a commercial break and pay a few bills, and we'll be back with you here in just a second.
Our students are learning big American lessons. You can start with your God-given talents, and through practice, hard work, and sacrifice, you have the ability to become champions. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. May God bless all of our students representing our high schools during this season, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, you can expect to be treated like family, whether purchasing a new or used car, having yours serviced, or getting damage repaired at the Collision Center. Our excellent parts department quickly supplies parts and accessories for service and repairs, and to customers over the counter. Make the switch to Mitch. Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
Right, here we are back, bringing you the bottom of the 5th inning, top of the 5th.
Top
inning.
of the 5th.
Top of the 5th.
Top of the 5th. Yes, sir.
Got
Carter Rutherford is up for the Raiders.
Still ain't got used to playing at Good Hope, and Good Hope being the away team. It'll throw you for a loop.
Carter Rutherford going to go down swinging. I've got that as the 4th strikeout, but I'm missing one at-bat when we were trying to get things started right at the beginning of the game. It was a little hectic there getting on air. We had some little bit of issues. And so I missed that first at-bat, and I'm not certain how that at-bat went, but I am unofficial stats, so that's what I have. For Mr. Boston Freeman, who has pitched a very good game.
He has. He has worked himself out of a few jams. What'd you say? He's got about 4 strikeouts.
4 strikeouts.
I mean, we're just now in the 5th inning. Oh, clipped him. Another hit by pitch.
It's Carter Nairmore. Give the Raiders a base runner here.
So if you're the pitcher and we're in the 5th inning and you've got 4 strikeouts, hey, you're taking care of one of them outs every inning by yourself. So good job by him so far.
Yeah, helping the guys behind him. Of course, guys behind him played really well today too.
The umpire coming out to talk to Mr. Freeman. I don't know if he's just telling him what a good job he's doing or full instruction.
Yep, ball's on the inside there that time.
I'm impressed with our crowd, AD. From where we're sitting looking over there, you can see the third base. There's not too many empty holes over in them bleachers.
No, we got them. We got them all down the fence lines and bleachers pretty full. So I've been impressed, been pleased.
Yeah. Good crowd. Got a few out there in the cheap seats out there behind the outfield fence. I've seen one guy who's in the back of his truck. Looks like he's set in now. You got a young man out there, and he might be the home run chaser.
He may be. Last night we had a pickup truck that caught a home run ball out there. In a good way, not a bad way.
Okay.
Got it in the bed of the truck. So
if you're going to catch one, that's the best way.
Yeah.
It's better than the windshield.
Had a couple of home runs hit last night.
Because this is I don't know what they don't have the.
They ain't got the distance up, but it's pretty challenging.
It's a large field.
And I'm like you. I think there are a couple balls hit today. Had the wind not been blowing like it is and blowing in, may have left out of here. That's a tough.
Yeah, that's no man's land right there. It's a too shallow for the center fielder to get it. Too deep for the second baseman to make it. He was another half step. He could have possibly made a good play on it, but that's just that one that falls in no man's land there for a base hit.
Yeah, that's Colby Kilpatrick helping himself out there a little bit. He's the pitcher now. Came in for Carter Nairmore, who threw several good innings for the Raiders. Raiders now runners at first and second.
Good frame there by the catcher. maybe it'll stay like it. At the moment, the wind has died down. That afternoon sun is sitting up nice and high. It is no complaints right here. I may have to roll up my sleeves a little further, take off my vest. It keeps heating up like this.
Yeah.
As soon as I say that, here comes the wind.
There it comes. You jinxed it.
I'm sorry. Good grief! Look at, is that Lamar again? Coming
Called
from
him
deep
off.
left, nearly makes it in the dirt to make the catch. A young man, he can cover some ground. There's 2 outs.
2 out. Should bring up, I believe, Micah Rickle. Two and 0 with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Raiders got runners set first and second. Good sounding hit there.
Wow,
Shortstop
what a play. What a
makes
play.
a great play.
From the games I've seen today, that would be our catch so far. Great play by him.
Yeah, that was pretty well in the hole, but just got down there and dug it up.
So here we are. We're going to go to another commercial break, and we'll be right back to bring you the bottom of the 5th.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, you can expect to be treated like family, whether purchasing a new or used car, having yours serviced, or getting damage repaired at the Collision Center. Our excellent parts department quickly supplies parts and accessories for service and repairs, and to customers over the counter. Make the switch to Mitch. Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
We're back, AD.
We're back, and right here in the bottom of this 5th. You know, this game's going by pretty quick.
It has. It has. If you look at our schedule and everything, we run it back behind a little bit on time-wise, but it has. It's been pretty quick innings. Especially for a score 6-3.
Yeah, we're going to blame that on the officials. You know, they have to change and get their gear and stuff on and get them a little bite to eat, which, yeah, you got to do those things, but not really. It's not really their fault. We're just running behind.
But no, you do. But the change between games, you lose time there.
Yeah, and you want to give them an opportunity to catch a break, get a breath.
Hey, it's a county tournament. We want them to be as sharp as possible.
That's right, and they rotate that behind the plate. So, and you're right. We want them to be double barrel sharp. All right, so number 1. That is Carter McAfee is going to become the base runner here for the Warriors.
So, looks like Good Hope's going to make another pitching change.
Is that a hit by pitch or ball? Based on balls or hit by pitch? Couldn't tell. So he'll draw a walk. Let's see who Good Hope is going to bring in.
31.
Looks like number 31.
He coming off the bench. I see number 25 going towards the dugout.
That's Carter Nairmore. He closed out, I think, a little bit last night, and that's where you can get that closer, based on those number of pitches. And I'm not going to try to quote that. I know it's something like 25 pitches day one, 50 the next, or something like that.
Right.
As long as they know it, we're in good shape. But that allows you to have a closer.
Right. And you know what? Some of them guys are. Some pitchers are phenomenal for two innings. So, hey, you got that kid that you can use now in that closer situation. And if you translate that to the major leagues, some closers, they get paid a lot of money for not too much work.
Absolutely. I always wanted to be when I was playing baseball. Of course, I never was tall enough, big enough, none of it, or fast enough or smart enough. Just not enough. But at the same time, you dream. And I thought, well, if I could just be a bullpen catcher.
Oh, yeah.
Just let me be the bullpen catcher.
Yeah.
You get to travel with the team. They pay you pretty good.
Yeah.
You may get in a game or two during the course of the season, but I'd be the bullpen catcher.
Yeah. You got a good view.
Yep.
Get to mingle with the fans out there.
I go square around, shows bunt, pulls back. One ball, no strikes. Warriors leading 6-3. Gonna be 1-1. Should be Mr. Skylar Eccles. I do believe. I just tell you, it's been tough watching a ball game through a chain link fence.
It's a shame they don't have us a big screen. Oh wait, they do have us a big screen here, but it's just habit. It's just habit. You gotta watch it through the screen there instead of on the screen here in front of us.
I think Ty needs to order plexiglass gates, so that if we have to do this again, we just put a piece of plexiglass gate so we can see through it. He's not listening, so.
Nah, he ain't paying attention to us. I would say, get some scaffolding, get us above everything, but then, sure as the world, you get the wind blowing, or it'll be like the last two cane tournaments and just freezing cold, spitting snow, sleet.
And up and be the last place you want to be.
Exactly.
But,
it's the same thing they've done in the college, in college football, Used to the press boxes was front and center, 50-yard line. And then financially they've realized this is some premium real estate that you're sitting on right there. And they've moved them to the corners of the end zone now.
Yes, they have.
Good base hit there by the Warriors. A little bobble there in left field.
Yep, it's going to allow runners to advance. Going to put them at second and third.
So good job by the Warriors. They're paying attention. Good base running.
Waiting to see if Boston Freeman's going to come to plate, if they're going to continue to throw him, or if they're going to hit for him and bring somebody in. We'll see here in just a second.
I did see a little bit of action from a couple of West Point Warriors over here. Looked like they was throwing, at least getting somewhat loose. Boston's pitched a good game so far.
Gave him 5 good solid innings so far, and he's up to bat.
Good Hope's got to be really careful right here. Runner on second and third, no out. This one could get away from him if they ain't careful. But they've had this situation a few innings and battled and kept it to a minimum, so maybe they can do it again here. Nice little base hit.
They going to hold runner at third. they're going to get one across. So good piece of hitting by the pitcher, helping himself out. Runners first and third. See if we get us a courtesy runner here. Looks like they're going to leave him on. He's going to run it himself.
There you go. You've done the work. Earn the reward. Pop up there in the shallow center.
Somebody got to talk. Oh, just couldn't quite squeeze it.
Covered a lot of real estate right there, but just couldn't quite make the play. Looks like our center fielder there, number 0, was reaching for his calf area there.
Yeah, he was pretty much had that motor cranked up full throttle right there coming in, and really the only one that could make a play on that ball.
Yeah,
second base, and them couldn't quite get there on that, so that was a good job of him calling them off, and good effort on his part. Just tough play. Yeah. That's Carter Rutherford.
Looks like he's all right. Looks like he's going to stay out there. I just overstretched it, maybe just a hair. So coach come out to encourage Mr. Narramore.
Should have Charlie Ashley up for the Warriors. Runners first and second for the Warriors. No out still.
Good little off speed right there, that one. Going across plate at a snail's pace. There he's painting the corners. Now, off speed pitching softball. Just talking about a hard pitch for them to lay off. Because the way them girls wind up and everything, every one of them looks like they're about to come in there about 70 miles an hour. Then they throw in that off speed. Phew.
I coached it for a while, and we'd always have as a fundraiser before season started, we technically called it a 100-inning game, but and good fundraiser for us, but coaches, parents, and students, and anybody we could get would come scrimmage softball, and we kind of mix and match and let the pitchers pitch a little bit, and then we'd replace them with a machine later on.
Right.
But you're right. They'd make me look silly. Get up there and they throwing that thing in there, and it's burning in there, and you're sitting on edge, and all of a sudden, boom, here comes that change up, and you swing before it's even 10 feet from the plate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it makes you look like a fool.
Yeah.
I always think it's great when you see, a baseball player, a softball player pitching to a baseball player. It's that whole delivery and the angle and everything.
Different motion and the release and everything. You just can't find it as quick. Runners going. In safely at second. They're not going to challenge it with a throw because we've got a runner sitting on third. One 0 the count. One out.
4 straight balls by the pitcher there brings us to the bases loaded for the Warriors. Still 1 out.
Colby Naramore gonna get ahead in the count there. 1-0, 0-1. Head 0-2.
Good job by Naramore. That last batter, he threw 4 straight balls, and then comes back to this one, resets. Next thing you know, he's ahead of the count, 0-2. So good job, good recovery by him.
Brady Stripling's done a good job behind the plate today for the Raiders, keeping the ball in front on some of those that's down in the dirt. That's, playing catcher's tough, dirty, nasty work. I mean, on a day like today, dust everywhere. You just eating dust constantly.
Wind's blowing right at your face.
So they're going to get out of the inning.
Yeah, good. Going back to the catcher, he has done a fabulous job, and that's truly the thankless job on the baseball field. Nobody recognizes how many balls. There's no stat for how many balls you dug out of the dirt and saved a run, saved a run from advancing. So, good job to our catchers. So, Ty's give me the hand signal. We won't tell you what kind of hand signal that is, but he's giving me a hand signal that we're going to a commercial break.
Hi, this is Stephen McRae with First National Bank. First National Bank is an independent community bank. Being independent allows us to be innovative, to adapt, and respond quickly and efficiently to your financial needs. We know the needs of this area. Our interest and loyalty are to the people who live and work here. They are more than names and faces. They are friends and neighbors. Together, we're making communities great.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, you can expect to be treated like family, whether purchasing a new or used car, having yours serviced, or getting damage repaired at the Collision Center. Our excellent parts department quickly supplies parts and accessories for service and repairs, and to customers over the counter. Make the switch to Mitch. Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
At Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
Here we are. Scores 8-3. West Point's on top.
Top of the 6th.
Boston Freeman's still on the mound. Why not? Ain't like you're going to be able to use him the next game. You're going to have a couple of days off for rest, and he's pitched a pretty good ball game so far. So let the kid cook.
Yeah, let him kind of go as far as he can today with the pitch count. And, here in a little while, winner of this one will have to decide what they're going to do pitching-wise for the next ball game.
Yep. As it stands right now, West Point being on top, they just roll through one pitcher. That's an advantage to them.
Two.
Another strikeout by Mr. Freeman.
Yes, sir. I think that brings us to, what would that bring us to now, 5? Yep, that's what I got, 5.
Look at the Good Hope Raider chugging it down the line, sacrificing. Here they are down 8-3. Hey, trying to generate any kind of base run they can, making the dive at first.
Yeah, that's Kane Anderson for the Raiders right there, third baseman. Hits a slow roller to second base, and it's one of those you get caught in between on. You can't really charge too hard.
Exactly.
So you make the play on it.
Yep, stay back or charge it. It's kind of that in-between area. We'll check out the
Might have something wrong with the bat here.
know it's a legality thing or it's cracked. That's a funny thing about the new bats and technology and everything. You know, they don't certain temperatures and everything. You're not supposed to use them, but hey, around here we play baseball and it's pretty cold. So sometimes you might be going outside the warranty part of the bat, but either way, looks like Coach is taking that one back to the dugout, swapping it out for a new weapon, and we'll see what happens. Good hit, but the center fielder was there to make the play.
Parker Johnson, deep fly ball to center. Center fielder number 8, Cooper Howard, going to make the play. Base hit.
Nice little hit straight up the middle there.
That's Mason Drake.
Coach making a trip to the mound. They decided to make a pitch change tonight. So it's nice. When it comes to the uniforms, Coach, I've always liked the white pants. I'm always a white pants baseball guy. And see both these teams out here, and both their white pants with their iconic, West Point and their iconic maroon, gut open, and that bright red that they got. It just looks clean. That's the way baseball should be. I just love the white pants on them. Because you see them, somebody could pull up in the parking lot right there, and they'd know that's West Point out there just by color. Good Hope and Vinemont kind of share that same red, so you might not be able to tell that. But big fan of the striped pants or the solid white pants when it comes to baseball. I know moms hate them.
That's what I was fixing to say when it comes to washing. A time or two, but the cloth has gotten better too.
A lot better,
and comes cleaner, or a little cleaner than normal.
Yeah.
Two outs here. popped up.
And there's out. There's the end of the inning.
Boston's going to help out the situation there, make a play.
Looks like we're going to stay right here, folks. So you get us jabbering between innings.
Just a little bit. I think we've covered a lot today. We've even covered washing unis and that kind of thing. And kids playing on dirt pile. Looks like they vacated dirt pile. Mr. Brown must have went over and said, "Hey guys, got to get off the infield dirt mix."
Yeah, we kind of need that here in a little bit. Got the kids over here on the softball field. Looks like we are playing. I see a ball bouncing. Looks like we're playing volleyball on the softball field. Perfectly fine. Much rather see the kids out there doing that than be locked in their room behind a video game controller.
They just working off a little energy, having a good time.
That's right. Most likely, that's a little brother, little sister who's over there who gets drugged to the ball field.
Nairmore still on the mound for the Raiders.
Good effort by the left fielder.
Yes, couldn't quite get there, but yeah, you're right. Just tremendous effort.
Good thing is no harm, no foul. That one, play on words, did fall foul. So batter's going to come back and try it again.
Cooper Howard up the bat for the Warriors. You're thinking their thought process is if we can generate some runs this inning, great. If not, we're 3 outs away from closing this thing out. We just want to close it out, not have to utilize much more pitching. So we've got pitching going into that last game. And if you're good hope, you're thinking, well, we got to get an out here and get in and generate some runs.
Yeah, 8-3. West Point's thinking, hey, if we can generate about 5 runs, we'll call it. If not, hey, if they come out and let Boston Freeman, he's pitched a great game so far. See if he can't just close it out. Let the man take it the distance. Look at this good-looking feller coming right here.
Yeah, buddy.
One of my men when I first come on the board, one of my mentors that I really leaned into was Mr. Mike Graves there.
2-2 to count right here in the bottom of the 6th.
Good stop by the shortstop.
Oh, just couldn't quite come out of that hole with it right there. Good hustling down the first baseline by Cooper Howard, too.
That was a good play by the shortstop. Great effort. Good stop, got up, good accurate throw. Just the Mr. Cooper was rolling down that first baseline. Just bam, bam play, and he just happened to beat it out. Number 14, that would be Mr. Gray's grandson, correct?
Yes, sir.
We see Mike over here behind us. He's on edge, focus, zeroed in, probably analyzing.
One to count.
Good eye, good eye. Up on the count, 3-1.
Going to make it a full count. Everything ought to be put in motion right here. Going to foul off that pitch, stay alive at the plate. There's your work gloves. Is that work gloves on out here?
I believe so. I actually did. I seen a. Oh, looks like we got another ball. Just when I was talking about the work gloves, and I was mentioning during Fairview's game that Barrett York said, that sure does look like work gloves that he's wearing. Well, I seen his dad in between the games and I asked him, and sure enough, they're work gloves. Said he was wearing through his back gloves. So he bought them and said he's been wearing them the rest of the season. It's kind of cool. It's different. It's different. It's effective. Kids batting over 400 wearing work gloves. So, hey, don't change it now.
Don't change it now. Don't change the routine.
But like that, I think they said a kid from Auburn, oddly enough, wears work gloves as his back gloves. And so I've seen a few of them out here that's got them now. And I guess so. You can buy a pair of work gloves for $10, $15, $20, and a pair of back gloves is $50, $60, $75. So, just makes sense. Person over there parking their Mustang next to next to the dirt,
directly behind the concession stand, which means directly behind the home plate.
He's braver than I am. It's a good-looking Mustang, too.
One and 0 the count. Still one out here. Bottom of the sixth. Got Fairview's crew assembled down outside the fence over there watching the end of this game. They'll be up facing the winner of this game next for the Cullman County Championship.
Hopefully Fairview got them some rest and got their bats alive. Their bats was quiet most of the game last game, and it has been the last few weeks. So maybe the end of that game kind of woke them up and get a high scoring affair for a championship. Chopper to second base. Good play, good throw. Runner advances to third.
Second out of the game.
Little choppers right there. They can be dangerous. It chops and hits that where it turns from grass to dirt, and all of a sudden it catches winds over the second baseman's head. But that one a kind of routine chop. So. Good play by him.
I believe it's Skylar Eccles up to bat for the Warriors. runner at third. Narramore ahead in the count, 1-2.
Got the strikeout.
So that's going to take us to the top of the 7th.
Here we go, Good Hope. Time to get them bats going.
Yep, it is. Time to get going if you're going to get going.
All right, looks like we're going to go to a commercial break before we start this inning, so we'll be back in just a second.
Our students are learning big American lessons. You can start with your God-given talents, and through practice, hard work, and sacrifice, you have the ability to become champions. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. May God bless all of our students representing our high schools during this season, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
We're here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, we're back on.
Here we are, top of the 7th, and Good Hope needing 5 runs if this game's going to continue. Otherwise, the Warriors will advance. Going to send a courtesy runner down. That's number 4. I'll look him up here.
So, good start by the Raiders. You down by 5. You starts with 1, so got a runner on first. Left-handed batter up to the plate. See what they can get generating.
That's Blake Cordes for the Raiders. Going to come to first base, do some running.
Runner going. Got
him in a run down
got
here.
Him in the old pickle. Got him.
Tag him out.
Every time I see someone in the pickle, I always think of the movie The Sandlot.
Yes. Classic movie. Classic movie.
My son, he's 5, and he absolutely just loves that movie. If we don't, I bet we average watching it 1 time a week. Warriors need 2 more outs to advance. Boston Freeman still on the mound. Might as well be. He's pitched to Jim. So
yeah, he's
coach
going
just
to
leave
throw
him
a
out
complete
there.
Game. Can't quite make out the number of that batter.
25.
Number 25. I believe that's Colby Kilpatrick.
Dribbler going to second. Good play there. Good Hope's down to their final out. Ball dribbling to deep center. Center fielder catches it, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it. So here we are. More things change, the more they stay the same. It's going to be another championship of Fairview and West Point for the Cullman County baseball.
Yes, it is. We'll going to log off here for just a little bit, and then we'll be back for the championship game. Hope you'll come back and join us.